All right, y'all, about to go live here. Get started here in a minute. Oh, my own notification came through, so hopefully y'all should get some notifications. If I got my own notification that just came through, I hope y'all got it now. That's the first time. Now I think I've seen it maybe like one other time, but other than that, like that's a test. Like a notification isn't going through for the people that actually sub. That sucks. But yeah, like I said, I wanted to get on here either today or yesterday, and we're gonna do some picks. First card of the year, right? First card of the year. So let's predict a few fights, man, and then we can talk about whatever else. So yeah, go ahead and hit the like button. Yo, Lolita, what's up? She said, I'll be listening. Missed you yesterday. Was I on yesterday? No, I wasn't on yesterday. Oh, I thought you meant you missed my live yesterday. Oh, yes, but yeah, I was yeah, too busy yesterday, but I was going to squeeze in these predictions today. Yeah. Do you know what happened with Meksen's no-show? No, not sure what happened. Not sure what happened with that. Marcus Bell, what's up? He said last live I didn't get a notification until 21 minutes later. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like I got one as soon as I hit live just now. You know, my own channel. It shot me alive. I was like, oh wow, okay. Maybe everybody else is gonna get one. And that's crazy. Like I'm the last person that needs to get a notification, right? I'm the last person that needs to get a notification that I'm going live. Lolita said there was a show last night. No, I thought you thought there was a show last night because you said you missed me last night. I thought you meant you missed my show last night, but no, there was no show last night. Lafayette, what's up? He said I would pick Meksen, but since it's mixed rules, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure either, man. Like, let's pull up these. Let me pull up these rules here in a minute. Let's let a few of y'all come in so you can, check this out together. How do y'all feel about mixed rules anyway? Like, do y'all like the mixed rules idea? Is that something y'all like? Is it cool? Mark said one is looking for a replacement for Stan. Uh-oh. Are you serious? What you mean, like replacement for this fight? Closer, what's up? He said, did you see where Lamos called out Whaley yesterday on Instagram? Yeah, I did. I meant to talk about that. I was gonna do a video, but I was kind of busy. And I saw another interview too where she basically said the same thing. She was like, hey, I'm willing to do it in China. Right? She said, hey, I'm willing to fight her in China. There's another interview out where she said that. She said, hey, I want this title shot whenever Whaley's ready to do it, you know, let's do it. And I'll go to China to fight her. And that's what I'm talking about. I mean, that's what you got to do, right? As a contender. It's not Whaley's job to call anybody out anymore. It's Lamos's job to call out the champ, because I even saw the Smo interview. Like, he didn't even mention Lamos. Ain't that crazy? He mentioned Rose to Tatiana Suarez. Like, when he was talking to Tatiana, he was talking about, Whaley's possible opponents. And he mentioned Rose again. And I'm like, he didn't even mention Lamos as like a solid contender. That's why, Tatiana didn't even bring her up. She was just talking more about Rose, but he didn't even mention Lamos. And I'm like, yo, Lamos is like the one. She's the one that needs that next fight, right? Because she beat, she's on her 2-fight win streak right now. She beat Marina, so I don't see how people are overlooking that fight. Like, I guess that just shows you how much some of these ladies, they really have to promote themselves. That's the hard part of this game, man. Like, what was it? Chael Sonnen talking about Valentina and how she's not really, she's a dominant fighter, but nobody's really checking for her like that. I don't know. All I know is Lamo should be next. Hold on, y'all. All right, here we go. Here we go. I'm back. Okay, so ONE FC makes the UFC look like the most professional organization out there with its foolishness. Marcus said due to Meksen not showing up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Man, that's gonna be nuts, man. That's gonna be crazy. Look, if this fight don't happen, I'm gonna be pissed off because I planned on doing a fight companion tomorrow night for this fight too. Because this is supposed to be a good fight. But as y'all know, this is gonna be mixed rules, right? Stan Fairtex and Anissa Meksen is gonna be mixed rules because that's what they said. They want to make this thing like they want to they want to test these fighters and see how good they can do in each discipline. And Meksen, she's no joke when it comes to her stand up, right? She's no joke when it comes down to the stand up. This is what she does. This is what her career is basically in. Mixed martial arts is not really her thing, but um, she has been working on that. She has been working. So, uh, hang on, we're gonna pull up some of these rules here. Yeah, Lolita. Yeah, she's a wicked striker. She's a very solid hitter in there. I mean, like she's ruthless, man. And that's the thing about this fight. I need it to happen because this one spells explosiveness. When I first look at these two, I think it's something like a Street Fighter, like a Street Fighter game or something. Like it's going to be intense. But the way Stan Fairtex, she brings that wild, crazy energy. She's like a dancer and everything. But when she gets in there, she likes to, whoop up on you. She brings that type of energy. And then you got, hang on, I was just typing something in. Then you got Anissa Meksen. She's the type of fighter that she's bringing that cold stare, and she don't like Stan Fairtex. She says Stan Fairtex is not a real fighter. So that's the type of energy you like to see in these type of events. It's like a Street Fighter thing. They both bring in this brutality, right? Uh, Hang on, let me see. Marcus Bell just sent me something. Hold on. I gotta look at this thing on YouTube. I can't click on the link in StreamYard. Hold on. Meksen is nasty. She's another one I like. Jackie Bouton, yeah. All right, hold on. Just a second. Okay, yeah, I see it. Okay, this is the tweet right here. It says AM told one. Wait, AM told. Okay, I was thinking that was her initials and this in Mexican. Okay, am told one is looking to find Stan Fairtex a late replacement. Would still be a mixed rules fight. Man, what's going on, man? That's crazy. And wasn't Meksen talking all that junk? Why? What happened to her in this Meksen? Why would she even need to pull out? Like that's crazy because hold up, because she didn't show up. So wait a minute, let's see. Stan Fairtex makes weight after removing her hair tie. Okay. All right, she makes weight. Katarina, she's there for the Muay Thai fight. Anissa Meksen still to come. Also, wait. Okay, as you go down the tweets, it does say that I guess she was still to come. That was 8 hours ago. Just over 15 minutes left to go, and this Meksen still yet to show. Okay. And this Meksen no shows the ONE FC Night 6 weigh-ins. She will not compete against Stan Fairtex on Saturday. Wow. Wow. Okay, so this was 6 hours ago. See, I missed this because I was, busy. So, Yeah, so she's basically not showing up, y'all. So we can forget this fight, forget this crap, man. What kind of crap is this? And she didn't say anything. Like, did she not tell anybody? Look at this. It said Anissa Meksen no shows the one FC fight night 6 weigh-ins. She will not compete against Stamp Fairtex on Saturday. So it's pretty much a go. She's not gonna fight. So yeah, they all looking for a replacement. So much for that prediction. So much for that prediction. See, look, I'm not even gonna say, look. Yeah, Lolita said Meksen was talking trash. Yeah, she was talking all that trash, and now she's not gonna show up. Yeah, Barbie's fighting Supergirl again. That should be a good fight. Yeah, I thought Barbie won that last time. That was a good fight, but yeah, I thought Barbie, yeah, she should have got that. Yeah, Meksen says she's a fighter, not a dancer. Well, she's here, right? Look at this. And this is a Mexican, all that trash, and now can't fight. Ekaterina is the main one who wanted this rematch. Now she has to negotiate. Dang, what's going on over here, man? Right as soon as Ernest Richards says that, somebody says this promotion is a mess. See, we're supposed to be on here talking about this fight happening, but now this fight's a mess. Now the Ekaterina fight's a mess. I don't know what's going on. Somebody said bring back DC's towel grab. This is ridiculous. Yeah, man. Somebody said, what the F? Anissa Meksen. What's going on, man? Like, I wanted to see this fight. I really wanted to. Everybody wanted to see this fight. Look at this, man. Whatever's wrong is wrong, but I mean, you got to be professional. It's like she didn't show up. She didn't tell nobody. So we're going to keep that same energy, man. We're going to keep the same energy and be like, hey, you talked all that mess about Stan Fairtex not being a fighter and her being a dancer, but why did she show up? I mean, if you sick, right? But you should tell somebody if something's wrong. But leading up to this fight, you called her out and said she's not a professional and she's not a real fighter, right? But why is the one that's not a real fighter there? 2B said was Meksen hospitalized. There's no answer. She was just no. We can only assume, right? It's got to be something that big if you just no show. But why would the ONE FC not know that? Why wouldn't they go ahead and announce that? Why are they waiting for her at the weigh-ins, right? Like if that was the case, they would have been said, "Hey, we not even gonna go through this whole no-show thing." That don't make no sense. Like the people behind this fight need to know ahead of time, right? So if she was, they should be like, aside from the training camp or the fighter, they should be the first to know, right? Because we definitely saying, okay, her health is important, but at the same time, it's like, okay, don't leave everybody hanging. Like, oh, you left everybody hanging. Like even the people there, they're waiting for her. This whole thing wouldn't have been a big question on Twitter right now if they had known. Yeah, everybody wanted to see this fight. I wanted to see this fight. Like I said, I was about to do this fight companion. We're about to jump on and watch this fight tomorrow night. But don't look like that's happening. Okay, see, I'm just looking at some video now. Yeah, so Stan Fairtex, she makes weight. Coach says smoke her out. Yeah, I'm just a little disappointed, man, because they make it seem like it's kind of unprofessional, like what she did right now. And then you're not getting any other information. Okay, so after 6 hours, is that about it? Let me see. Yeah, okay, yeah. So that was 4 hours ago. That was tweeted where he said he's being told that they were trying to find a late replacement, but he hasn't given us no updates on what's the deal with Anissa Meksen. That's crazy, man. Yeah, somebody said Meksen disappointed. I had a feeling she wouldn't show up yesterday. Honestly, what scared me was Alonso struggled a bit there. whatever's just put Supergirl and Katarina on the main over stamp bout now, and now we have a Muay Thai fight. They said hope they do a wellness check on Anissa Meksen. Weird that she was a no-show. That's what I'm saying. Like, is there something seriously wrong? Because yeah, if she didn't show up, it's got to be something wrong. Like, for somebody that was that hyped up and ready to go, I'm trying to, give her the benefit of the doubt. Before I just go all out, right? Before we go all out and just start saying anything, I'm just saying, like, hopefully she's getting checked out. Yeah, no show, man. That's wild. Well, okay, well, we'll see what happens tomorrow. We'll see if I feel like getting on. If they can make a better fight, which I don't think they can now. We'll see. But let's talk about this fight between Sarge and Cachoeira. All right, let's talk about Sarge, Sajar Eubank, and Priscilla Cachoeira then. That's going to be the first fight on the card tomorrow. It's about 4 o'clock, so yeah, I'll watch that fight on here. I'll do a fight companion for that one. The first fight for WMMA of the year. Yeah, we could probably watch that one together. Sarge, Cachoeira. Okay, so it is a flyweight fight. They got it listed as a flyweight fight. So again, that's going to be the challenge. That's going to be the big part for Sarge. Sarge trying to make weight, right? I'm actually not really worried about her in the fashion of other fighters like Lipsky, them type of fighters that step in there and try to go in there and trade. Because I think Sarge, she has a pretty good chin, and she's taken bombs before, and her approach is going to be to take down the fighter that has zero ground game, right? Cachoeira doesn't really have much of a ground game, and that's where Sarge likes to be. That's where she lives. So I could see this being that type of fight where she's going to try her best to stay away from the power, get on the inside, maybe throw a few bombs of her own, but then get the fight to the ground, right? So that's going to be Sarge's main goal, is to fight a much better paced fight, that fits her stamina, because we still don't know, how she'll look tomorrow night. We still really don't know how she'll look tomorrow night. Like, I don't even know what she looks like now. Like, is she having trouble making weight? Like, nobody's really said anything. I don't even think on Instagram. Like, I haven't seen too many pictures of the process this time around. So I don't know if she's gonna be looking drained, dehydrated. It's all gonna come down to that. And that's another part too. Like, Sarge may have a good chin, but those rough weight cuts can make their chin a lot weaker, man. It can make them a lot weaker. So I hope she has the right game plan for not just the fight, but for losing weight, because flyweight fits more of her frame, but it just seems like she's always been kind of stuck in the middle where she's either too small for bantamweight or she's either too big for flyweight, right? She's always kind of fell in the middle. And that's what kind of put more of it's always kind of put those barriers up in her career. It's always been a number of roadblocks throughout. It's always been them weight cuts. Because what is she now? 7-7? She's 7-7 now. So I think that time is really has passed her by in certain situations. So she's gonna really have to make sure the game plan is not just for the fight, but she has the right hopefully she had the proper way of draining, not draining herself, but cutting that weight down, man. You said if Cachoeira gets to win, she'll be the one to step closer to a rematch with Valentina. Shoot. I never see that happening. That boy, they would definitely have to have the ambulance paramedics on standby for that, man, because that last beating she suffered another one of those. Boy, that would put something in her. Lolita said a Priscilla bomb is different, but Priscilla was training with Kobe. I still got Priscilla. Yeah, the weight I think does make a difference because I thought it was going to be a bantamweight. Since Cachoeira thought she did well at bantamweight the first time, and Sarge, having trouble with making weight. If it was 135, I would say I would go for Sarge a little bit more because I know her power, Zombie Girl, her power carries up. But I think that Sarge, without having that rough weight cut, she'd be stronger. And she's not dealing with like this huge bantamweight. She could get her to the ground and she could out wrestle Cachoeira. Jillian Robertson did it. I don't see any problem with Sarge doing it though. She shouldn't have any problem. But again, it's her weight, man. It's her weight. So we'll see with this one. I think I'm gonna rock with Sarge Eubanks in this fight. I think she's gonna win this fight. I think if she get 2 good rounds on the ground of just really mauling and controlling, getting that top control, she should get it. But yeah, that power, that power is something, man, from Cachoeira. I don't think anybody in that division hits as hard as her. Yeah, I don't think there's too many hard hitters like that, is there? I mean, who else hits as hard as Cachoeira, really? Like just natural power in the division. Tyler has power, but not even like that. Tyler has just like good strong power, but even Tyler Santos doesn't throw like that. I mean, it's in the record. Like she hasn't knocked anybody out really in the UFC. Like she dropped JoJo, but that's JoJo. She's open to be hit like that, but nobody really packs that type of power like Cachoeira. And that's what sucks about Cachoeira. Like she got all this power in the world, man, but she just lacked them type of skills to get to the top. Yeah, Andrade. I wasn't even really thinking about her because I kind of see her as a straw weight. I mean, like, these girls that need to be at 125, like, yeah, Andrade, yeah, she's just exemption from that. Like, we know what she does, right? But when you think about everybody else in the division, I don't see anybody with that type of power. Man, like y'all can imagine if Cachoeira had some good, decent skill sets, like if she was a better wrestler, she could be like a big threat. Like if she could get her stuff together, man, she could have been like Nunes or something in the flyweight division. But no, man, she just got no defense, no desire to cover up. She just got knockout on her mind, man. Like knockout on her mind, takedown defense is lacking. Her own striking defense is lacking. She's all offense. You know what I mean? So she's just open to be just dominated if you can get by her power. I mean, she's lost to Molly McCann. She's lost to Luana Carolina. Fighters that she shouldn't be having. Fighters that shouldn't be beating her. With this type of with this type of power if she just trained it right. Yeah, Karine Silva, she's a pretty good finisher too. She's a good finisher on the ground. I don't know if she has that type of power yet because she hasn't fought in the UFC. I still have to see about her. Yeah, I think hers is still a little bit questionable. I know she's got a lot of finishes, but just like Tyler Santos, Tyler had a lot of finishes before she got into the UFC, but you see that changes, right? When you get to that UFC level, the finishes kind of shorten up. The skill level kind of takes that away. It says, you're fighting better fighters. You're not going to knock these people out. So I think I would need to see a little bit more from Karine Silva. But yeah, I'm going to go with Sarge in this fight. Not by much. I think she can get it. It'll probably be a decision. But if it goes shorter than that, then I think we know who's going to come up with that equalizer. Macy Barber's got power too. I forgot. Yeah, Macy Barber's got some pretty good power. I mean, she felt Alexa Grasso did feel that power. Arujo, I'd say she's like down the list too, but nobody's got that like. Well, yeah, Barber has equalizer. Yeah, Barber pretty much has that equalizer, I'd say. Yeah, Kareem Silva. I'm ready. I'm about ready to see her come back. Lemos or Cachoeira, who has more power? I'll probably say Cachoeira has more power. I think Lemos has better technique behind hers. Yeah, I would say she has more tech. I think she has more technique behind hers. I think Cachoeira, she throws some vicious bombs. She just puts her body into them shots, But I think precision, precision is a big part of Lamos's power. Her accuracy. She's very accurate, and the knockouts were coming early on with those type of fighters that she was fighting. Those fighters like Ruiz and so on. But yeah, couldn't really like get that power off on some of these other fighters. Like, what was the one Japanese fighter she fought? And Angela Hill. But I think when it comes to power, I think Cachoeira probably has more, because of the size and because of that oomph she puts into it. Yeah, Arujo just has a strong, like, Arujo has speed too with hers. Like, hers is like a lot of speed. She's very stingy with hers. Like, she don't commit enough to big punches to me. Like, or maybe it's the technique again. Like, maybe it's because she's not homing in right, and she's just using a lot of speedy punches sometimes and awkward punches. But I think Lemos has the better quality of punches. Yeah, her striking overall, it was exposed by Grasso. Grasso just has natural, much better technique. Arujo, she let that cat out the bag, man. We didn't know what was gonna happen there, man. I actually thought it was gonna be a 50-50 fight, but then after like 2 rounds in, I was like, man, like Arujo ain't got nothing for her. Yeah, let me see. I'm gonna go with Sarge. I'm disappointed in this Mexican fight. I hope she's okay. I think that's just weird that there was no show. I mean, let me see if there's any updates here. Oh yeah, we also got Rocky Pennington and Ketlin Vieira. Rocky Pennington and Ketlin Vieira. What do y'all think about this fight? Winner of this fight is trying to look for a title shot. So if y'all want a different look, I think y'all are going to root for Ketlin. But me as a Rocky fan, I'm kind of like, I'm going for her to win, but at the same time, I really don't want to see her go in there and get massacred again by Nunes. I know that was like, what, 5 years ago, but Rocky's gotten a little bit better and smarter, but Amanda's like getting better. I think, eventually Amanda, she will start to lose it a little bit because she's, starting to come down and she's starting to become more of a family, woman. And she's looking to end the cap off her career pretty soon. But I still think Amanda Nunes is going to be too much for Rocky Pennington at any point. Now, this fight here, I think Rocky still has the skills to beat for somebody like Ketlin Vieira. Ketlin is big, and she does have decent grappling, but I think Rocky over the years, her takedown defense has gotten better, and her basic 1-2 is a solid. It's solid. Her shots are solid. She knows how to measure range against these bigger, slower girls. Like, you go back and look at that Aspen Lab fight, she was just settled in there, man, and just like picking Aspen apart. Now, when Aspen went in for that takedown and got her down once, she was able to get one round off of her. So that's like Ketlin's big thing, is like to shoot in for a takedown, time it, get her down, and just kind of lay and pray or maul and look to submit her. But if Rocky gets settled into letting her active jab go, and she works that body, because she mixes it up. Rocky knows how to go upstairs and downstairs. You know, Ketlin Vieira could get picked apart in this fight. She could get picked apart. So the boxing level, the clinch game favors Rocky. She's a good clinch fighter. You know, some people think a clinch game is boring, but you know how she can neutralize girls in the fence it is interesting how some of these girls don't have the strength to nullify that. You know, she was able to slow down Irene Aldana and beat her at that game. Macy Chason, you know, again, just picking her apart from the outside. I think this fight's more so favored style wise. It does kind of favor Rocky here, you know, because she has the better hands. She will let it go. And she's just much more active, I think. Now, Ketlin does have power. You know, she could land something big, but she just don't let it go, man. She just don't let it go. Like her killer instinct is just not there. Like Ketlin is a big fighter. Like to me, Ketlin probably could have finished Miesha Tate in that one fight, but she just didn't let it go. So all the while she's waiting, you know, a fighter like Rocky, you know, is gonna be working every which way. You know, she's gonna go upstairs, downstairs on her. You know, so I have to pick Rocky in this fight. I have to pick Rocky in this fight. To me, I think Rocky Pennington just has more skills here, and if she's feeling herself in this fight and no injuries, there really should be no reason with the skill set she has that she should lose this fight. To me, like Ketlin offers some things on the ground, but I don't think it's not anything that Rocky hasn't seen before. To me. Yeah, so yeah, that's my pick for that fight too. I'm gonna go with Rocky Pennington. Now, like I said, I'm not really feeling a title shot. Yeah, Marcus said Priscilla really only knocked out Lipsky and Gina Mazzani. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Man, she put some dents on Molly McCann. Yeah, when you think about her and Lemos, like Cachoeira really hasn't really knocked out top quality fighters either, right? Like I'm gonna backtrack on that, Marks. I'm gonna say Lemos has well, I think like natural power, but she just don't really have the technique to land on everybody. But I'd say I would say Lemos has a mixture of both power and technique. I think she has a mixture of both. Yeah, I think she has a better mixture. Well, better technique, of course, but Zombie Girl does have a lot of power. She does have like a lot of natural power. She just isn't able to knock a lot of people. She just isn't able to knock out high level fighters. She couldn't even knock out Jillian Robertson, right? Because you're just talking about natural power, but like the better fighter, of course, is Lemos. You know, the better fighter is because you can see in both fighters, they haven't been knocking out as many fighters as they move up in levels when they move up, but you can see better technique in a fighter like Lemos. You know, she's the one that advances more because she has other skills. But somebody that throws wild like Cachoeira can only knock out so many people. And they get to a certain level, they start losing if they don't have skills. See, Lemos still has more skills, but that's a whole other thing. But I think when it comes to just natural power, I would say still say Zombie Girl. Claus said I like Rocky, but I think Vieira might take it. Mark said I have Rocky by decision as well. Yeah, I pretty much see her winning this fight, man. If she wins, though, boy, she's gonna be asking for that title shot. But I can't get mad at her though. I mean, at least if she asking. Gabriella said Vieira versus Aldana 2 if Vieira loses against Pennington. I don't think so. I think Aldana should. I think. Let me see. I really think it should be Aldana versus Rocky 2 then, you know, since they both won their most recent fights. If if Pennington wins, they'll both have won their most recent fights. I would say they should fight for the title shot. Lafayette said he'd love to see that rematch without Daniel flattening Vieira the first time. Oh, you want to see her flatten her again, right? Lafayette said I'm taking Vieira against Raquel. Okay. I'm just trying to think of what she can do to really pull off this win. Like, I'm guessing that it's going to have to be a grappling match. It's going to have to be like just straight up top control and, you know, putting that, putting that weight on her, putting that strength on her, a little bit of ground and pound, getting those legs tied together. And as Rocky tries to, defend and move to the fence, she's just going to have to control those wrists, and hold her back until she can pull her back down and just really make her uncomfortable. But I think on the feet, all day long, I think Rocky wins that fight. Closum said Aaron will beat Casey O'Neill. Jennifer Maya's going to beat Casey. Dang. You don't give Casey O'Neill a chance at anything. I mean, I do like the fact that she wants to fight Casey O'Neill. I'm glad she does want to fight. And I'm glad Casey O'Neill is calling for a 5-round fight now. Like, let's talk about Casey O'Neill a little bit before I get out of here. She did her recent interview. I was watching MMA Hour, yesterday when I was getting ready to ride out. And, I had to pull it up and go back to her interview. And, Ariel Helwani asked Casey O'Neill why not an easier fight. And she said, hey, I want to pick it back up. I was out for 10 months or going on a year, but she was like, I want to get back in there and get back to work. I want to get better. She said, if I fight a lower fight, it really wouldn't help her mentally, I guess, wouldn't help her confidence. So she wants to go in there. She wants to pick right back up where she left off and take that type of fight in Jennifer Maia. And I do think that's going to be, I can't really say it's a mistake because she wants it, but regardless, it's going to be a learning experience. Regardless, it's going to be a learning experience for us. So I commend her for that, for wanting to take a top 10 fighter, a former title challenger, because like she said, she fought for the belt before, and Casey O'Neill knows that fighting a Jennifer Maia will get you prepared for that mindset. So I think Casey O'Neill's taking the right steps. She wants to fight this fight. And now, right now, before she gets into that mix, she's hoping she can get a main event. She wants a 5-round fight now so she can go ahead and get the feel, right? She's asking for it now. So we got to give her credit now because she wants to get that type of experience now, so by the time she gets to whatever level, if she gets to that level, she can be ready for whatever's to come. She won't have to backtrack and say, oh, I need a 5-round now, right? Because to me, honestly, like, it's like in boxing, they give you a chance to fight from, 8-rounders, 10-rounders to 12-rounders. And your first title fight isn't really your first 12-round fight unless you've been knocking people out throughout your whole career, right? Like, title eliminators in boxing, the majority of the times, they're going to be 12-round fights. So you already get that experience. It's on you if you want to go 12 rounds, if you knock somebody out, or well, right? But in the UFC, most fights, even title eliminators, do turn out to be 3. They turn out to be 3. Like, your main events on like a UFC fight night card, of course, non-title fights, they're going to be 5-round fights. But when it comes down to even your title eliminators, they can be 3 rounds. So, I could understand why fighters would want that 5-rounder. I understand why they would want that 5-rounder first. So I'm glad she's saying that now and being vocal about it now. So the UFC can probably hook her up, like if she beats Maia, maybe she can call out Grasso, and then Grasso is a main event on UFC Fight Night. She's that type of material. So you put her and Grasso in a cage on a 5-rounder, right? There's your experience that you wanted. Marcus said, which fighter do you think is going to use Hugaboo tactics, Raquel or Ketlin? Well, if it gets to the cage for clinch fighting, I think it'll be Rocky. But on the ground, it's going to be Ketlin. It all depends on where it goes. Mojo, what's up? He said Rocky don't want no more of Amanda. I wouldn't think that beating she took last time was hard. Yeah, she called for it though. She called for it. That's why I was getting a little bit anxious here, because if she wins, she's going to ask for it. She said she want that one more title shot. I mean, me personally, no, man. Oh, Ravioli said Raquel hug style might work on Ketlin to remember the Yana fight. Oh yeah, I don't want to remember that, Ravioli. Don't. Let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that, man. Oh man, did I do a post fight for that fight, or did I fall asleep? I can't remember, man. Like I remember watching that fight that night, and I was like, man, what's going on here? I was like, what's going on, man? Like, hopefully Rocky can keep this thing standing. Let's all hope Rocky keeps this standing and keeps it moving, and she be boxing here. Let's like Miesha Tate and Ketlin. That wasn't a bad fight, right? You know, they were throwing more hands in that fight. Oh boy, Yana and Holly gonna fight too, right? Yeah, they're about to fight in a couple months. Or what, February or March, I believe. Lafayette said Casey's overhyped. Maybe Barbara might beat her up. Dang. I don't even know if they will get to that fight. Colostrum said, is Jalcian Nunes and Rocky Pennington 50-50? No, I would give Raquel the edge right now. I would say it's more like 60-40. Yeah, I would still give Rocky the edge in that fight. Jalcian do a couple more things that's, you know, very technical with her hands, and we see more like of a technique about her, and we can see what type of upset she could pull off. But I would still put Rocky ahead of her because she's more proven. Oh yeah, Gabrielle said O'Neal in a 5-rounder. She said Lauren Andrade, Grass, or Ebos. Yeah, I probably would say like whoever is like next level. If she beats Jennifer Maia, I would probably say Grasso or like Lauren Murphy. Who gets their main event? Aaron, Casey, or Barber? Who's really main event worthy out of them? I can't decide. Who do y'all think is main event worthy out of those three? Aaron, not so much right now. We got to see what she looks like in Tyler's fight. Casey, she's not even a top 10 fighter yet. Barber might be the one just because she's a little bit more known. Like she might get her first main event first. She'll probably get a main event first to me. Rocky likes the rear naked choke, but she can't submit Jalcian without a neck. No, man, like it's not going to be any type of submission. Like if Rocky wins, it'll be like a decision, but you're not submitting her. You're not submitting that type of girl because she don't have no neck there. And you're not going to knock her out really because she has that shock shoulder, you know, no neck. Yeah. You're not going to submit her. She doesn't really have like great takedown defense either. So like if you do get her down, you really just gonna have to control her and smother her, but you're not gonna submit her. Gabby said I could see the UFC giving Casey her first main event just because she has more of a personality. Really? Yeah. Like it's between them two. Like I don't see Aaron getting the main event right now until we see what she looks like against the number 2. So yeah. Stray, what's going on? Stray in the building. What's up? A few more minutes here, and then I'm about to wrap it up. Yeah, really, I'm just disappointed about this whole Anissa Meksen thing, man. I'm hoping she's okay. First off, because for a no-show, I just think that's kind of weird, you know, especially when she wanted to fight. So if there's anything wrong, yeah, I'm definitely not gonna be mad about that. I mean, if there is, it should be up to her people to let, you know, ONE FC and everybody there at the weigh-in know that something's wrong, right? Like, I don't know if she like passed out, weight, whatever, right? So I'm gonna check one more time and see if there's any information here. Hold on. I don't see anything. Yeah, I don't see nothing. Yeah, Nisa next. All I can find is a lot of articles where she was talking mad junk. She said it's gonna be a quick night. She gonna knock Stan Fairtex out. She said Stan wasn't nothing. She said it's gonna be a finish. She gonna finish her. Oh boy. Zaman said what fight is canceled? Yeah, they're looking for a replacement, bro. They're looking for a replacement. Looking for a replacement for Stan Fairtex's fight because Anissa's out. No show. Like I said, I hope everything is okay. Like medically, I hope there's nothing like seriously wrong with her here. I'll post up later if there's something wrong. Ravio said if Barbara can still make 115, I can see her making waves. Yeah, I think her best chance, a fit Macy Barber at 115 has a good chance of getting to the top to me and actually winning the belt because I don't think at 125 she'll beat Valentina, but the possibility there is there with Wei Lee. I think the size and the movement and her power, it's gonna be a little bit more effective. You think of Valentina, you think more of a defensive queen, right? And her defense is just too much for a lot of these fighters, and her well-roundedness is just so engraved in her now that so many fighters show her respect and they can't deal with that type of speed. But at 115, I think Macy would have a better chance of getting closer to the belt than she would here. Gary said thoughts on Suarez calling out Rose. You think it's time Marina or Jan Jana start to target Rose and take advantage? Yeah, I do. My thoughts on her calling out Rose, I'll talk about it in the video, but a little bit more. But I like it. That's what she needs. She said after she, fights Montana, the move is to go back down to 115. And she said she wants to prove that she said I could beat Rose anytime. She's like I always had the style to beat Rose. She said, I know I can beat her. And she's calling out a former champion, and she's trying to pick up where she left off. I like that. She said once she makes 125, she'll be closer to 115, so it'll be no trouble again, right? So that's where she wants to be. She says she'll fight her at either weight, but forget that. I prefer it to be straw weight. If she want to call Rose out, take it back down to straw weight. But in the meantime, Marina has been doing what she needs to do. She's been calling out Rose. It's all on Rose on what she wants to do at this point, right? It really is. It really is at this point. It's all on Rose what she wants to do. I mean, Rose just has to say yeah at this point because there are other girls that they want to fight her. Rodriguez, Janjana, Suarez, they all want to fight her. They all want to fight her. So it's the ball's in her park now. I don't think it should at all be at 125, but Suarez, if she beats Montana convincingly, I'm all for that fight. Because she beats her, she's right back in the mix at 115. And then we can finally get that Wei Lee fight. Yeah, where did she call her out? On the Smo channel. She did a Smo interview like yesterday or something like that. Just go check it out there. Colostrum said Fatima Klein is the real uncrowned strawweight champ. She's coming. She's good. I like her. I like her a lot. But at 2-0, I think she can be Invicta strawweight champion. Believe me, she can be Invicta strawweight champion, but it's going to take a few more fights. And personally, I don't really see too many fighters in Invicta stopping her or giving her too much of a hard time. Her test is really going to come in the UFC. Fatima Klein is. I mean, yeah, Fatima be working. She's working with some of the best fighters. Fatima's working with Aaron. She's been with Aaron and Jillian DeCourcy and all of them. Chikagan, all of those fighters. So, yeah, I think highly of Fatima Klein. Yeah. And she's striking now, too. She's a black belt, but she's also striking. Like, yeah, she's got power, too. I mean, eventually with her frame, she'd be at, like, 125 the older she gets, I think. Colostrum said, but then who will Jan Janan fight? Jan Janan probably got to fight Andrade, boy. Yana gonna fight Andrade. Gabriella said Yana versus Andrade. Yeah, see, yeah. Andrade. Rose versus Suarez. Marina versus Carla 2. I could get down with all of those fights. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Marina Carla. Marina wants that fight. Rose Suarez. That's got main event written on it to me. UFC Fight Night main event. What about Machado? Yeah, I think Machado needs to defend her belt a couple of times. Defend her belt a couple of times, and then the UFC can sign her because I think Machado has some good technique. She's just got to be a little bit more engaging. If she's a little bit more engaging, she's gonna excite people and bring in that kind of like a Rose swagger with the foot movement and everything. But she's gotta come in there landing bigger shots and do more damage. But yeah, I think Machado as the champion right now, I think she has the footwork and skills to beat Fatima Klein, but it's going to be a hard fight. Klein got to do a few more fights in Invicta, and then as she advances and dominates, I could see her beating the champ then. Yeah, boy, Yana Andrade. You got to do it. I mean, it's the fight game. I don't show no mercy when it comes to making these fight matches. I'm like, yo, Andrade is there. If you got the skills, you gotta fight her. Whoever's next. When Caitlin Chikagan Caitlin Chikagan couldn't make the fight, and they made Andrade known. Hell yeah, I wanted that fight. You gotta go in there and beat Andrade. Andrade's you do that. Hey, you on another level. Andrade will likely get a shot at Weili if she starches Murphy. Yeah, I think so too. Like that's kind of been her move. Like she might go ahead and get it. So Lemos, they probably gonna line it up as Lemos then Andrade. Lemos better get hers though. But I gotta get out of here, y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I gotta roll and subscribe if you haven't. We'll talk tomorrow if I decide to do a fight companion. Probably not though, because Stamp and Meksen is off, so probably not. Gabby said you think Yanzana needs a finish. She hasn't gotten any yet. Yeah, she needs a finish. She got to finish. She got to finish or just dominate Andrade. But I'm out, y'all. Combo Breaker 99. Subscribe. Peace.